Hi everyone, we're going to make cheese scones which are packed with flavour and a really great alternative for breakfast, for afternoon tea, even for a quick lunch with a boiled egg. You can have it in them instead of a bread roll or a slice of bread. They're just really, really lovely to have in the house. They freeze really well, so you can make a nice big batch, pop them in the freezer and then just defrost them as you need them. So what I've got here is 250 grams of plain flour. I've put 2 teaspoons of baking powder, but to make it savoury, I've got a pinch of cayenne pepper in there. I've got some smoked sea salt, and I've also got a rather large teaspoon of Coleman's English mustard powder. I've got more flavourings here because we really want this to pack a big flavour punch. I've got some chopped spring onions or scallions, finely chopped, some parsley. You can substitute thyme from your garden or rosemary or oregano or anything else that you have. And then I've got this lovely extra mature cheddar cheese grated. In here I have 180 mils of buttermilk and I've got an egg. And the first thing I'm going to do is mix these together just so that I get all the flavourings through the mix. I'm going to crack my medium free range egg into my buttermilk. And I'm going to give that a really good whisk. I want that to be really well combined. What I do on a Saturday evening is I make up the wet mixture and the dry mixture, and then on a Sunday morning, mix the two together, bake them off, and you've got breakfast in a trice. So I've mixed this through. I'm going to add, say, 3/4 of the mix, of the wet mix, and I'm just going to mix it. I don't want to overwork it. I don't want them to be tough. Sometimes, depending on your flour, you need a little bit more liquid, or you might not need to use it all. So with this now, I want to add my other ingredients. I've got my spring onions, my herbs, and my cheese. Okay. So now I'm going to add most of the rest of this. I don't want it to be too wet. I need it to stick together. I need it to all come together in the bowl, but it shouldn't be sloppy. It shouldn't be sort of pourable. You should be able to work with it on your tabletops. I do have just a little bit of flour ready on the side for my table. This is all coming together nicely in the bowl. I'm going to flour my surface because I don't want the mixture to stick. To tip out my scone mix onto the table, and you can see that it's quite a stiff mix. You need your dough to be around 1 inch, 2.5 centimeters. I use my thumb from the base of my nail to my first knuckle. We're going to cut these into triangles, and here I've got a lined baking sheet. I use a reusable liner. We're going to leave them now for 15 minutes to relax, and so that the raising agent can start to interact with the buttermilk. And we'll come back, we'll egg wash them, and the oven will be at 220 degrees centigrade, which is 450 Fahrenheit, and that's gas mark 7. So now I'm painting them with a little bit of milk, and this will give a nice glaze to the top. And I'm going to pop them in. So here are our scones, straight out of the oven, still nice and hot. This one, and I'm going to slice it open. Now I'm just going to have this with butter, but you could have it with cream cheese, you could have it with Marmite, you could have it with more cheese on top. And as I said, it's really good companion to a bowl of or a mug of soup or poached egg. Very versatile, very delicious, good for any time of day.